Hello people, I am Jaby Koay and I'm joined by Achara Kirk as I'm trying to open up my iPad here. Let me
What's going on, Jaby?
So we have an article here that is about ASHISH CHANCHLANI that I thought would be worth doing, worth discussing, because I didn't know that he's only been doing this for like 4 years. I sort of breezed through the article real quick just to kind of figure out if it would be worth discussing. I think it is. So if I could just record. Which one's the screen record? Oh, there it is. Okay, 3, 2, 1. ASHISH CHANCHLANI, the making of India's YouTube sensation. This comes from entrepreneur.com. And it was written by Priyadarshini Patwa, an entrepreneur staff. So it says 4 years ago when ASHISH CHANCHLANI started his channel, little did he know that he would form a family of 15.7 million subscribers.
Wow.
His video content, I like this kind of stuff always makes me wonder like if I should be doing sketches because it has, you know, mass appeal. I'm like, I could totally do sketches. I think I'm funny. You know, anyway, that's neither here nor there. So his video concept has won the throne of YouTube royalty. However, success still feels like a dream to him. Is this real? Have I achieved it? Am I a fluke? He wonders, which is just a natural feeling.
Yeah.
I feel like every YouTuber goes through that. Being a YouTuber wasn't always the plan for CHANCHLANI. I never thought it would become my career. I used to upload of things happening in real life. My followers gradually started increasing. It started out of passion and have still kept it alive, he shares. CHANCHLANI wanted to become an actor, but the universe had other plans for him. As that never happened, I started making people laugh. This wasn't intentional, but due to luck and hard work, I started attracting a lot of people. I think I gave time to the digital era when nobody else was trying, so that worked for me, he said.
Trailblazer.
CHANCHLANI is a true believer of following his heart. Each content he acts, directs, and writes comes from within. I like to be myself in front of the audience, a bit crazy and stupid. Wherever I go, I have to make fun of someone or something. I don't hold myself back when I am trying to put up something, he explains. Bouncing back, he's a true believer of following what his heart says. Each video that he acts, directs, and writes comes from within. Whatever I do, it doesn't come from my mind. I do what my heart says, and sometimes it does backfire. I like to be myself in front of the audience, a little crazy and stupid. Wherever I go, I have to make fun of someone or something. I don't see the world like other people see it. I don't hold myself back when I'm trying to put up something, he said. That's actually very spot on in terms of the description of like a comedian, because I heard Bill Burr use the word perspective once. He's like, what's your perspective on the world?
Exactly.
That's where the comedy's coming from, is like your weird perspective.
100%. Because if you thought like everyone else, it wouldn't be funny. The funny is in the absurd.
Right. Well, exactly. And so Bill Burr's obviously a very absurd comedian, but that's what makes him so interesting and engaging. And so I feel like, you know, I don't always say the smartest thing, but I'm willing to share my weird, absurd thoughts, and sometimes people have a laugh at that, or me messing up, or whatever the case may be. And so, like even right now, I'm like, oh, I'm messing up, oh Lord, but you know, it's staying in the video. So there it is, but the idea that I could be dumb, you know, and that, like, I'm afraid of looking dumb sometimes, and I don't want to put that out there, but I leave it anyway because maybe it'll make someone laugh. You know, whatever the case may be, you're always looking for the means to the comedy. So that's why sometimes when I do my outros and I just kind of mumble it out, I just sort of mess it up. I'm like, well, that's funny, so I'll just leave that. Anyway, so, however, the thing about making videos is that not everything is loved, even by loyal followers, and it matters how you handle such instances and come back in action with better content. Not everything is loved even by your loyal followers in video content. What matters is your comeback in action with better content. Why is it repeating itself? I take my fans' suggestions and listen to them. I watch the video and understand what went wrong. I also show it to other people. I get back and then rebuild myself, he shares. I bring back a lot of energy and all my heart into it. If I would work 100% in this video, I will give 1000% in the next one, he adds.
I think that's something that is true for a lot of YouTube creators, especially this idea of sometimes you put something forward that you think is great and then your audience hates it. How do you come back from that when you already put 100% into it, you know? And being able to take that criticism and go, okay, well, maybe it didn't land the way I wanted it to, but let me try again and let me ask my community and the people around me. And I think that's really great. But I think what I would also like to say is that for people who are watching, just remember that creators are people too. You know, and sure, it's fine to offer constructive criticism and all, but don't be mean. You know what I mean?
sort of what you sign up for when you do YouTube videos, I guess.
I know.
But that kind of thing has happened to me many times where I experiment and it just doesn't go over like I thought it would. You know, it doesn't hit people the way I thought it would. It doesn't resonate with them the way I thought it would, or make them, or entertain them the way I thought it would. Like, for instance, I did the Indian driving test video, and I thought that a lot of people would get a kick out of me trying to understand this test that is not something I grew up with or studied or whatever. And it's like me.
Thought that was a funny video.
Yeah, me with my, you know, from my ignorant perspective, trying to understand this and make sense of it. I edited it in a particular way and I put a lot of time into it because I thought it would be a really fun video for my audience. And not that many people watched it. And of the people who watched it, they're like, it seemed like based off the comments, it's like, yeah, there's a reasonable explanation for all these things, Jaby. And it's like it feels like a stoic, dead serious face was writing those comments.
Right.
You know, like most people gave it up, those that watched it, but it's still like, oh, it didn't hit the way I thought it was gonna hit. And it's sort of disheartening. It makes me go, well, maybe I shouldn't try those videos anymore, which is not a good thought to have as a content creator. You wanna keep experimenting, you wanna keep trying, but honestly, I do get hit with that thought often whenever I'm trying something out that my audience isn't used to, that my audience hasn't seen before, and I'm like trying to, you know, shake things up a little bit by giving them something different, by giving you guys something different rather. And half the time it doesn't go over the way and I'm hoping it will. Other times it does. So sometimes things pop off and I'm like, I don't know why that worked. Yeah. You know, and it's kind of frustrating when you're trying to figure out how to move with the current, the water, and you just don't know which way the water's flowing. You know, it's a little bit confusing sometimes as a content creator.
Sometimes it's a fluke and you're like, oh, I guess I just hit the zeitgeist accidentally. Okay.
I mean, that's how everything started with this channel, honestly. But the best thing about Chanchlani is that he understands millennials well and makes everything relatable. Though he is already a popular digital face, his ultimate goal is to make movies. I want to make people laugh in different ways and also entertain people in other way rather than not just comedy. I want to make movies. I want to act in Bollywood one day, not as a star, but as an actor, and direct a movie, he reveals. Aren't we all? Like, it feels like everyone, it's like, there's only a handful of YouTubers I'm aware of that just want to do YouTube, and that's it. Like, they've made it, and that's all they really care about. Like, for instance, I feel like Linus just wants to do YouTube. Lou from Unbox Therapy, like he's content with YouTube, and MKBHD, content with YouTube. But a lot of YouTubers want to springboard to actually making movies, you know, or doing something else, you know. And so I feel the same way. I identify with this in a very, very strong way. In fact, that's what's been on my mind quite a lot lately, is trying to figure out the path towards that. And I've been talking to people a little bit more. I've been networking a little bit more with the people I need to in order to make those steps happen. I mean, everything's a slow process, especially with the film industry, but like that is the ultimate goal, is to do film, is to tell stories. And so this really resonates with me. The only thing about this article that bothers me is it didn't really dive into him. Like, it's like I don't really know him any better. Like, it's like a lot of this stuff is stuff
it's pretty surface.
Well, half of it you can just guess, right? Yeah. You can sort of guess that that's how he felt about certain things. I'm sure he works hard. Like, you can imagine that he does. His videos are like, his videos are not like 30 seconds long. They're 10 minutes of comedy, and he has to craft each of those jokes. Like I did the iPhone mock one, where he was making fun of the iPhone like presentation and whatnot. Like that takes time to come up with all those jokes and to figure out which babies you're gonna kill ultimately. Like, because killing your babies is a screenwriting phrase. The idea being like, you love all the things you wrote, but you have to let go of some of those things, you know? So I appreciate his work ethic, and I appreciate what he's doing. He's a super funny guy, and I hope he's able to get to the destination that he's aiming for.
Well, I think YouTube is a great platform as well. If you are someone who, you know, like us, we love to perform and we love to be in front of the camera, we like to create content and all of that. And YouTube is very democratic in the sense that, oh, you have a camera, you can shoot, you can edit on some level, you can put a video up on YouTube, and you can keep growing and keep trying, learning from your mistakes, listening to your audience, getting their feedback, coming back at it again. And it just requires, you know, a lot of perseverance, a lot of hard work, and maybe a bit of luck. You know?
I think that the eventuality that I haven't heard anyone discuss yet is, and they're sort of already doing this with libraries from already existing content, but I feel like the eventuality is that people are just uploading movies straight to YouTube. And that's just like, that you can consume brand new movies straight on YouTube.
Yeah, I mean, you can do that.
Well, that's what I'm saying, is they're pulling from existing libraries, but there's no new films just for YouTube.
Oh,
That's
so
what I'm
you're
saying.
saying YouTube's going to make like how Netflix makes their own
Well, I'm
movies?
talking about independent content creators. That's eventually where it's going, I
Okay.
feel like. Because
that would be cool.
yeah, I mean, I feel like it because you have long form content already on YouTube, right? You've got short films on YouTube rather. So short films, podcasts, episodic stuff, you know, web series and whatnot, like they have in India. Eventually, you're going to see movies on YouTube. It's just a matter of time. So I'm very curious to I have no idea when that's coming, but I'm excited for that. Independent content creator like yourself could just put a movie on YouTube, you know, and then people could watch it. You know,
that would be very
That's
cool.
pretty wild. I thought this was cool. I would have liked to have learned a little bit more about him, but I suppose that's for a conversation between me and him when I go to India again. You guys, thanks so much for hanging out with us. Be sure to check out Achara Kirk on the social media. Do subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that bell icon so you get notified every time we drop another video. Thanks for hanging out. I'm Jaby Koay. This is
Achara Kirk.
Peace out.